AI-powered voice generators have become a must-have tool for creating videos on YouTube, and there is one service that currently leads the pack when it comes to synthetic voice quality: ElevenLabs. Big channels use it all the time, and chances are you've listened to voices created with it without even realizing they weren't real people. So why is everyone using it? Because ElevenLabs offers one of the most advanced voice cloning technologies out there. You can set up your own voice tone in about 10 minutes.
What you're hearing right now is a clone of my voice, and it sounds incredibly close to the original.
And that's just scratching the surface of what it can do. The problem: most people still use that popular TikTok voice.
I am so sick of this dumb TikTok voice. You wouldn't believe it.
And it sounds awful. I'm going to walk you through the entire process and show you how to get the most natural and recognizable voice possible for your videos. From using ready-made voices and designing your own tone to instant pro-level cloning and advanced synthesis settings. Of course, this video only covers the basics of what ElevenLabs can do. There is way more, and I mean way more, that you can explore with Tixu. It's an educational platform that teaches you how to work with AI. And it's not just about tutorials for specific tools. They also have full-length training programs on how to make money with AI. Links below, check it out and start learning. To get started with ElevenLabs, you'll need to create an account. Once you're in, go to the Voices section. There are few different ways to work with voice there. The first option is using ready-made voices from the voice library. You'll find hundreds of professionally tuned voices. Click on any of them to preview.
Let's begin by closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths.
I love the tension before the first kiss. It's my favorite kind of electricity.
On the right, you'll see usage stars, a good indicator of popularity and quality. But if you are building a brand, uniqueness matters more than popularity. To find newer voices, switch to the Trending tab and sort by latest. Then pick your preferred language. There are tons of localization options, and many of them sound incredibly natural. I even tested the Chinese ones and was impressed by how lifelike they actually are. Browse through the lesser used samples until you find a voice that fits your channel. Some voices like Adam you've probably already heard all over YouTube.
Your anger against every form of insult and oppression must be out of love.
If you're looking for tried and tested options sold by most users or most characters generated, let's pick the second option. That gives us a list of the most used voices. Let's listen to a few.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about all the latest news, trends, and celebrity gossip.
I'm Amelia, a super high-quality English voice. I love to read, seriously.
Tonight, we investigate True Crime UK, shocking motorway madness, and Brits abroad gone rogue. Join me for your next dramatic episode.
Now a few personal favorites I'd recommend on ElevenLabs. First up, Ivy. Go for Ivy Premium. It sounds smart but still friendly.
Hi, I'm Ivy. I'm a mix of sophisticated vocabulary with notes of casual vibes and a splash of sarcastic sass to make the perfect voiceover cocktail.
Next, Aaron. Super energetic. Works great for tech videos.
Another exciting week for AI. There's a lot of innovative developments we're going to cover in this video, so make sure to stay tuned until the end.
And third, Alex. A neutral, clean voice that's perfect for educational content.
Being constantly connected has made it harder to stay connected with ourselves.
Once you find a voice you like, hit add and it will be saved to your library. Next, head to text-to-speech. Select your added voice, paste in your script and generate your audio. That's it.
Beneath the surface of the ocean lies a mysterious and largely unexplored world, the deep sea. In this vast pitch-black realm, sunlight never reaches and the pressure is immense.
If you want something truly unique, go to Voices and then into Voice Design. This is where you build a voice based on text descriptions. let's explore that menu. You can click Randomize for a set of pre-made prompts or just write your own. The service will create several voice options. Just listen through and pick your favorite.
Well, Sugar, if all we ever do is chase titles and trophies, we're going to miss the whole darn point. I'd rather build something that makes...
Well, Sugar, if all we ever do is chase titles and trophies, we're going to miss the whole darn point.
Well, Sugar, if all we ever do is chase titles and trophies, we're going to miss the whole darn point.
As you can see, this tool lets you design a voice that's perfect for narrating literally any kind of content. Now let's try creating a prompt ourselves. When you create a prompt, make sure to include 3 core parameters: age, nationality, accent, and gender. Don't forget to describe the tone, speaking style, speed, and emotional delivery of the voice you want. For example, middle-aged American woman, soft high-pitched voice, casual tone, fast and cheerful. Then click on Generate Voice. You can also tweak the settings. Here you can adjust the voice's volume and quality. I usually leave these as default, only change them if you're aiming for a specific sound character. Listen to a few generated samples, choose the one you like best, give it a name, pick the language, write a short description and save it. The new voice will appear in your list and will be available in the text-to-speech section. Now for the fun part, cloning your own voice. This is a favorite tool among pro YouTubers and narrators who want to keep their signature sound while automating their voiceovers. Another reason to use this feature, it saves you a ton of energy and time during post-production. Recording and voicing take time, and any mistake usually means starting over. With a voice clone, you can quickly fix errors or add new lines to clarify things in your video. ElevenLabs has 2 modes. First, instant voice clone. It's fast, but may have some artifacts and can be less accurate. Second, professional voice clone. It requires more input data, but delivers highly accurate results and gets you closer to a natural sound faster. For instant cloning, just record or upload 10 seconds of clean speech. Give it a name and your voice will show up in text-to-speech. You can upload a file here. Once the voice is ready, go to the text-to-speech menu. And here you can select the voice you just generated. On the right side, you can fine-tune the speed and other parameters. We'll go over these in a moment. Let's now play the quick voice sample we created.
Beneath the surface of the ocean lies a mysterious and largely unexplored world, the deep sea. In this vast, pitch-black realm, sunlight never reaches and the pressure is immense.
Not bad. Now let's compare it to the professional version. Beneath the surface of the ocean lies a mysterious and largely unexplored world, the deep sea. In this vast, pitch-black realm, sunlight never reaches and the pressure is immense. You can clearly hear that this voice sounds much closer to mine. Now, how do you make a pro voice? Click on Professional Voice Clone. This version has stricter recording requirements. You'll need a quality recording, an XLR microphone, a pop filter and a quiet, echo-free room. You also need at least 30 minutes of clean, consistent speech. Basic tip: use a studio mic and a treated space to get the best results. But here's something to keep in mind. Consider how you record your content. If you normally record with a phone and lav mic, you may want to create your voice clone under the same conditions. Why? So the cloned voice sounds as close as possible to your real recordings. If your voice clone is studio level and your actual video mic is lower quality, the difference will be very noticeable and it might distract viewers. Also note, most ElevenLabs subscriptions only give access to one professional voice clone. Don't worry if the result isn't perfect, you can always try again. Investing time in getting the best possible recording will pay off later. Once you've recorded your 30 minutes of speech in the studio, hit Create New Clone and ElevenLabs will begin processing your voice avatar. Okay, now we have our Pro voice copy. Let's explore how those text-to-speech sliders work. Speed controls how fast the voice speaks. Slower sounds more thoughtful, faster sounds more energetic. Great for fast-cut videos. Most channels stick to something close to the defaults or a little above. Keep in mind that ideal speed can vary between languages. Next is stability. It affects vocal variation. Lower values give more emotional range, but can create artifacts, especially under 30. Higher stability makes the voice more steady and predictable, which is great for tutorials and screencasts. The third slider is similarity. This controls how closely the voice sticks to your original tone. The higher it is, the closer it sounds to your actual voice. Lower values give more creative flexibility, but too low might make it sound unnatural. Then there is style exaggeration. This boosts the personality traits of your avatar, useful for dramatic, humorous, and narrative content, but too much can make it sound fake. Speaker boost pushes the voice forward in the mix, helping it stand out when layered over the music or sound effects. Let's listen to this text sample at low, medium, and high speed. Here's low speed.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
Here's medium.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
Here's high.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
Let's make it a little faster.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
Personally, I prefer English text at around 1.0 speed or just above. Now let's play with the stability slider. At around 50, the voice sounds natural. The lower they go, the more expressive it becomes. ElevenLabs warns that anything below 30 can get too emotional. Let's hear it at 15%.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
You can clearly hear the difference. Some parts were too intense, but overall it sounded interesting. Now let's hear it at 50%.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
That sounds balanced. Finally, let's bump it up to 90%.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
Now the voice is very steady, maybe a bit robotic, but I can totally imagine a lawyer speaking like this. Now about the similarity settings. It controls how closely your voice follows your original. Default value is 75%. Lowering it makes the voice less similar. 100% gives it the highest accuracy, but might cause some glitches. I recommend leaving a little margin to keep the sound natural. I usually don't touch this one. Here's what it sounds like at 10%.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
You can tell the voice changes a lot and loses some personality. Now let's hear it at 75%.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
And finally at 100%.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
Yeah, you can judge for yourself. Okay, last slider, style exaggeration. This one enhances tone, pauses and accent. At 0%, the voice is flat. At 50%, it sounds more natural. At 100% it becomes very expressive. Here's 0.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
Here's 50.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
And finally 100%.
As your eyes adjust to the darkness, constellations emerge from the void, ancient patterns that whisper stories from a time before memory.
I suggest experimenting to find the sweet spot for your needs. Don't forget to turn on speaker boost. It gives the voice more presence and makes it easier to hear all the music. It takes a bit longer to generate, but it's worth it. To get the best possible results, don't just paste plain text. Use prompts. It's more work, but you get full control over pauses and emotion. What's the best way to manage pauses? Let me show you. The best method is using break time. With this prompt, you can manually set pause lengths down to the millisecond, perfect for high-quality content. Let's hear how this line sounds with break time.
Join Tixu, an educational platform where you can learn everything about AI. Link is below.
You can also just use the word break in brackets. Here's what that sounds like.
Join Tixu, an educational platform where you can learn everything about AI. Link is below.
Just a short pause. That's pretty much all you need to know to create your own voice in ElevenLabs. But if you want to go further and turn your synthetic voice into a full AI avatar for YouTube, check out the Tixu learning platform at the link below. It has courses on all major AI tools: ChatGPT, Midjourney, ElevenLabs, plus practical lessons on how to make money using AI skills. Click the link, take a few lessons, and start monetizing AI today. That's the end of this tutorial. I hope it helped you understand how to build your own voice model. Good luck with your content and see you on Tixu.